What's up, everyone? Welcome to Mongols, brought to you by the Beautiful Game Network. I'm Mike. With me is our very special guest, Dani Rovira. Dani, welcome. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we appreciate you joining us nonetheless. How are things?
Everything is well. Happy to be back in Pittsburgh and getting ready for everything.
Yeah. How was your off season?
It was good. I think after a season we had last year, the way we ended, it was a little bit tough to just relax and not think about it. But I was able to go home and to Colombia in January, so being able to enjoy time with my family and friends back there was relaxing and yeah, playing soccer in every street there, you see people, so it's fun to see different type of football and enjoy it. Always fun game.
You grew up playing in Colombia, but then you somehow found your way to what, the New England Revolution youth system? Like how did that happen?
Yes, I graduated from high school when I was 15 years old in Colombia, and so from there, my dad, I came with my dad to the U.S. and we went to Boston, ended up in Boston and played for FC Blazers, a club team, which I got to go to Disney for the Disney tournament in December. We actually won it, and a couple of tournaments that I was able to enjoy. And while playing with them, I got an opportunity with the New England Revolution Academy and joined them. And I played 1 year there. Um, so it's a funny story. I met Danny Griffin there when he played for
Oh,
Oakland.
really?
So yes, and so I've known him for a while. And yeah, I was there for a year, and I was able to go to a Dean College University in Franklin, Massachusetts, for 2 years and still, was looking for another chance to keep going and was able to go to Vermont, University of Vermont. And yeah, from there I got an opportunity. I did well and boom, back into Pittsburgh. I got 2019, I got the chance to come try out and show Bob what I wanted, what I've got in me and be part of this team, this community.
And that, I mean, it feels like that was yesterday. Like we still think of you as one of the young guys on the squad, but you're now the second longest tenured player on the team behind Kenny. So what, you know, you guys had your first practice today, right? First of all, how was practice? How'd that go?
It was fun. It's fun to be back, a little different because I personally always enjoy going to Highmark. And when I'm driving in, I remember seeing on game day, still Army here, people grilling food or something. So it gets me excited. And today going to the new facilities was even better. It just everything looked nice, a little rainy, but it's fun with the weather. Nothing to do about it, but very excited and happy.
Was that your first time at the new spot?
We had trained there last year a little bit, but it wasn't ready. It wasn't fully ready for us. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. How, how are you approaching your fifth season, going into the season differently from what you did 5 years ago? You talked about coming out of college and impressing Bob. How is it different this time around?
Well, I think I come back with obviously a mentality of, I want to be able to help the team. I want to be able to help the guys that are coming new, which there will be a good amount to show them a little bit of what it's like. We obviously want to compete. We're hungry for everything. Something that I think Pittsburgh as a team is that we see every game winnable, and it's something that I like to share within the guys that come in that it's always possible and fun is still a game that we have to enjoy and preseason is that process to get us ready for what we want.
Are you seeing, especially there were a lot of new guys there today. Are they coming up to you, like, seeing you as one of the guys that have been around for a while and saying, like, hey, why is Bob yelling so much? Or like, is there any of that going on? Like looking to you as a leader?
Yeah, when you get there, there's a lot of nervous guys who are obviously excited and everyone trying to just do their best. So I try to even just walk around and say one or two things when hey, enjoy it. Like at the end of the day, it's one game where if you enjoy it, we will do better. And and yeah, and it's funny that you see faces that you have played with before, or you have shared in the field with friends of them. So it's always nice to just meet people, players. I think before anything, we're humans, and it's nice to meet new people.
Yeah. Do you remember, looking back on sort of your first year with the team, was there somebody that was sort of that welcoming presence for you, like the way that you try to be for some of the new guys?
For me, I think it was special because that 2019 team, we did get together and along very well. There was a good amount of guys coming back from the year before, and me being able to playing in the left or the right, I got to learn a lot and share a lot with Jordan Dover and Ryan James, two guys that were very welcoming and showing me, and I did learn a lot and share with them a lot.
Yeah. I got to ask you because because of your Twitter handle, it's just at Rovy underscore. We've just taken to calling you Rovy. Do you have a nickname? Do people call you Rovy, or is that just like we should stop doing that?
Yes, no, I actually I love it. So when I was in Colombia, growing up, there was always like a good amount of Danis. So it was usually by your last name and Rovira, and they just short it down and say, "Oh, Robbie," and playing soccer with my brothers, so Robbie. So I always was growing up. I've enjoyed being called like that, and why
We
not in Twitter? So
Yeah, we noticed today the team had Dequa post a video and he called himself Chico. Is that actually his nickname or is that just like something new he's trying to like make happen?
hey, he likes the sound. He feels good when he hears it. So why not? El Chico.
Who has the best nickname on the team?
Hmm.
It doesn't even have to just be
Uh,
this year. It could be even from previous years.
Previous years. Uh, I like Splash. Mikael
Splat.
Williams from last year.
Who is Splash?
Mikael Williams.
Oh, well,
Yes, yes. So Splash, that was yeah,
that's a good
enjoyable.
nickname. I like that. Um, So I'm sort of looking through my notes here. One of the big things that I always associate you with is there was a game a few years ago against, I believe it was Indy, where it seemed like Bob had asked you to basically man mark Tyler Pasher. Do you remember this game?
Yes, I
Okay.
do remember.
I gotta know, how did this go down? Because at the time, Tyler Pasher was like one of the best players in the USL. I think a lot of people sort of regarded him as the best player in the USL. So does Bob just walk in the locker room and go, "Your man marking the best player in the USL," or like how? What was going through your mind in that moment? How did that all play out?
Uh, for me, it was special
Yeah.
because when I think it was maybe 8 games into the season. I was my first year. I was getting a couple minutes, and then I was surprised too when we usually train throughout the week, and 2 3 days before the game he goes with the lineup and I'm in it, and I was like, wow. But then he explained my role, and I was confused, excited. Um, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. But it's a game, and if I was gonna get in the lineup that way, I was gonna be ready to do it. And it was different even on the game. I remember just feeling, he's going this way, and I just felt out of position, and but yeah, and then I just hear Bob, remember what I told you. So it was special. It was something different, yes, for sure.
I mean, yeah, like I said, we still think back on that game and the way that, I don't want to say that was a bit of a coming out party for you. We all knew sort of the potential that you have and you continue to have, but it seemed like a lot of people were going, Rivera, like what is going on here? And you literally, I mean, short of him making like a miracle shot that like you had nothing to do with, you kept him quiet the entire game, which was just, I think it caught a lot of people outside of Pittsburgh probably by surprise. And it's just one of those moments that it's like, yeah, he shut him down. Like, yeah, move on. It's great. Um, did you see he's now back in the USL with Birmingham?
I did see that, and it's exciting because it's a team that I have I think we have overall Pittsburgh good. There's good record against
Yeah.
them. So it's fun, good level, good games, and good players.
From a player perspective, do you have a team in particular that you look at as like a rival that you like hate to play them, but you guys get up for it and yeah.
More than hating to play, I think it's more eager because
Yeah.
moments that have happened before. For me
Mhm.
personally, I would say it's Louisville. We've had in the playoffs against them, he hasn't been the best, so it's always like, and I would say that. But obviously, every game matters at the end of the day. Teams need the points, need to win, and especially at home. You
Oh,
walk in
for
home,
sure.
and it doesn't matter who's coming. You want to show them that we're capable of winning, and it's nice to respect the home and show the fans what they deserve when they give us a good crowd as well.
For sure. Outside of Highmark, do you have like a favorite place to go and play? Like, is there someone that has like a great field or a great locker room and you hear we're going there and you're like, or is there just a city that you like going to that sometimes you don't always get to travel to, but because of being part of the team, you get to go there?
Um, for me, I think Indy, just because it's close and we do get some of our friends to come travel with us. So you hear a lot of people and screaming, and then you see that yellow area. So it's closer, and they're also, I would say, almost a rival. So it's always fun to play there. I like the one they had the older stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little tough with the lines, but it was a
Yeah.
nice experience being there.
Yeah. It was tough for the fans with the lines too. I totally empathize with you there. Um, what's it like in what's it like in the locker room? Are you do you see yourself, are you more of a quiet guy? Are you more of a, picking out the music and like trying to get guys riled up? What's your role in the locker room?
I am a quiet guy. I like to maybe go around and say a couple words with different guys, and then obviously laughs. I enjoy the music though, so
Yeah.
any music, a good song, you can always enjoy, sing or dance to it. Um, but yeah, I like to kind of go around. Hey, smile a little bit. Like it's another day. Let's enjoy it and let's make this a good day. Uh, More than
Yeah.
anything, yeah.
Yeah. We always see photos of you walking into the stadium and you have a pretty good sense of style. I'd say. Do you consider yourself a stylish person?
Thank you. I like to. If I feel good, I feel like I also do good in the field. So if I'm happy,
Yeah. We had Kenny
so
on last season and we asked him who he thought the most stylish person was on the team and he said himself. Do you agree with that?
uh, I see that coming. Yeah, he has a good style. Yes, yes. Have to give it to him.
Kenny, yeah. Do you, I mean, we talked a little bit about how this is now your fifth year. Kenny's been here 6 years. Do you ever see yourself like outlasting Kenny and taking that crown as being the longest tenured hound?
Hey, for me, I think he's a great player. I enjoy sharing the field with him, talking with him, learning from him. So it's interesting because at first when I first came in, I remember Kevin Kurt, 6 year. So I was like, wow, it's a record. So always thinking about it, it was like maybe a couple years I'll be, and now boom, I'm going to my fifth. So can't tell you what to expect.
You're right there, man. It's close. It is close. You have a game. I don't want to call it a big game, but you have a game coming up against Columbus Crew this weekend. How what are your thoughts on playing MLS teams and sort of how do you prepare for games like that?
Uh, I think every game you gotta treat it the same. You have to go with a mentality that obviously they have good quality. They're a good team, and we have played them. I think every year so far in preseason. So it's a trip. We're driving there and then getting to work. They know what they want. They're effective. They usually they have started preseason earlier, so they have a couple more weeks than us. But we just have to get out there and show what we got. I think it's a good opportunity more for guys that are trying out for the team that want to show what they get. It's a very good environment to prove that. And and yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun to see their stadiums and to see us stand there.
Yeah. What would you say, you talked a little bit about traveling, seeing different stadiums. What would you say your favorite part of being a pro is? I mean, the vast majority of people that listen to this are never going to be pro athletes. So like you're living the dream, man. So like what is your favorite part of going through that?
For me, it has to be the relationships you get to develop with players that you share the locker room and the pitch with. You know, sometimes even players that you play against, you get to meet them and they're humans like you. So it's that has to be it. You know, the now it's been 4 years for me, maybe over 100 different players that I've shared the locker room with, and guys that I still talk to. So that is very something special that I think I enjoy the most out of it.
Yeah. Um, One more question and then I'll get you out of here. Do you have any messages or anything to say for the Riverhounds faithful out there that are itching for the season to start?
I'm excited for this year. I think for me personally, one game that I look forward to every year is the home opener because they do bring the show on and it feels like home. It shows a standard, and it's something that I really appreciate because since my first year, it has grown so much, and just excited want to give him a show as well. Um, I'm here, and they will see me fighting for whatever it takes. So every game, every opportunity, we'll be here to show them we're as hungry as they are for a win and for a championship. I think the
Love it.
city deserves it, and the ownership, has done a lot, and now we're to keep pushing for it.
I love it. Great stuff. Dani, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Um, Here's to a great preseason, a great match against Columbus this weekend, and sort of getting a bunch of new guys in. Obviously, we got a lot of signings that still need to come in, but always been a big fan of yours. So wishing you nothing but the best of luck this season and can't wait to see you guys on the field.
Thank you. Vamos, something I always say. Go Hounds.